Alright, it's One-Eyed Jax here, and just wanted to do a short follow-up on where I am on the studio and all the progress and how the trials and tribulations that I've gone through in the last week, and all the money I spent. And I got a picture today from my friend Adam. He brought this over. I'm not sure where he got it, but it's like an Indian, and he gave it to me. I think it's on blue velvet as well. And I got the old grandfather clock. Boy, it's having a tough time dealing with the light. I had to upgrade the lights in here, otherwise you wouldn't even be able to see anything. And then I got my little picture over there, and me and my sister. And we got the new workstation. Yeah, about a 3-footer. So I've been going crazy on this thing. It's getting there. Everything's loaded. The only thing I don't have yet is the video editing software. I ordered it today. That was really weird, the ordering mechanism, but I ordered it, and it's supposed to be in 4 or 5 days. I'm going to load it up. I was going to go with Adobe, and I did a bunch of research and came to the conclusion that I can't afford Adobe. And here's some of the old stuff that I was using. You got the old Kindle, or the Amazon Fire. Oh man, this thing's heavy. So there's the Amazon Fire. You can see the Amazon on the back, and a clamp to a piece of aluminum. I would mount this on the tripod, and that was my little movie camera setup. So this is going away. We're not going to be using that anymore. And this is another thing Adam brought over. It's a Jupiter T. This thing is awesome. You can get the UFO TV show sound out of this thing. So I was messing around with that. So I might put some of the sounds this thing makes in one of the next videos. And see these little flies here? They go right to the screen. They're little no-see-ums. And I was going to use this camera, but I did like 2 or 3 videos, and 2 out of the 3 videos, it has an SSD card in it right here, and so I was doing it digitally, but 2 out of the 3 videos wouldn't even play after they got done. So I don't know, I got to mess around with this some more. It sucks that it doesn't. That would be really handy to do videos with. And I was going to use this one. This is an older one I had. This was a really nice camera back in the day. It's got the flip-up flash and everything. But this just is not fast enough to do any kind of video. And it's not working correctly anyway. And it needs a battery. So this is now a paperweight. This is looking like it's probably going to be a paperweight. So that's good. And we got the Blu-ray. I finally got the Blu-ray, baby, the Blu-ray. So I don't have it working yet, but I'm going to load the driver probably tomorrow for that. Get the Blu-ray player working. We also got all kinds of new stuff here. Well, this isn't even new, but it's going to be new. It's kind of new. I had this thing, and this enables me to go in analog with a guitar or 2 microphones. And it will go right from there, right into the computer digitally through the USB cable, which isn't hooked up right now. So the driver for this is all loaded. This works great. Presonus makes some really awesome stuff. This is a really nice box. And I like it even better because it has a little switch right down here. Here, let me plug it in, you can see it. Come on. What the hell? Nothing in one of these. Okay, yeah, it's got a little button right here. Let's see if we get a focus on it. And that's for the guitar. So you push that in, and that attenuates it enough for the guitar, otherwise it would overload it. So that's going to do the audio eventually. I'm not going to do it on the camera, because I'm finding the camera audio really sucks unless you have a really good camera. And I went and looked at the cameras, and the camera I really kind of wanted was like, I think $700, and then it was, you needed more stuff to make it work. It wouldn't work the way you purchased it, so there was going to be like $800 or $900. and I can't do that, so I'm going to use a different camera. So we got here's the guitar rig setup with the GSP 2101. I love that thing. It wasn't sounding very good. I went out. The tube was like 9 years old, and I recently replaced them, and it made it sound like the day it played. I'm having troubles with the switch pedal thing, but this is another permutation. A friend of mine brought this by, and it's a really nice Sony Hd Mini Cam. So I might try this, and apparently the audio on this is awesome. It has the twin microphones. It's offset like that. It doesn't have a display thing you can watch when you're using it, but I mean, you know, you kind of get used to it. So I might try that. I got to mess around with it. I got to figure out how to use it first, and I don't know. This is probably what I'm going to be using for the microphone. And I got an old crate tube amp and another guitar. There's the plasma. This is for watching the Blu-rays. And but the plasma, it has a couple bad lines in it now. So this board I need to get for it's like $80. So I really don't want to buy it, but it's the only way I can watch the Blu-ray. So I got to get that fixed. Then we have another thing, Adam. He brought me his Twin Peaks box set. This thing is, oh man, I watched the whole thing and my head exploded. So I'm going to probably do that after the Kubrick set. Kubrick thing's done. And this I wanted to show everybody. This is fascinating. So we have the Kubrick set, and you'll notice on the side of the box we have a little magnetic box catch. So the box has its own little magnetic anomaly right on the top of it. And then you have the book. This book is filled with alchemy, and you've got all the movies in here. And so this, if you're watching the series and you're into this puzzle and you don't own this, go buy it because it's worth it. And I should sell these for them because people, I wasted so much time. I didn't get the box set, and I tried to figure out the puzzle using the movies I had seen, which is only a small percentage of the Kubrick movies. So until I bought this and watched all these movies repeatedly and kind of figured things out, it would have been impossible to figure out this puzzle. So if you guys like the Kubrick puzzle, buy the series, and the movies are awesome anyway. And this is the old this thing is, I'll put a picture of what this thing looks like inside, but it's like a really low level Dell motherboard with a compact case from, I think it was I don't even know what processor it was. It was pre-Pentium processor case with a Mark of the Unicorn card in it, is all it really is. It has 2 GB of RAM. I think it's a Pentium D chip. It's not really a good machine. It barely works to do 8 tracks. At 8, it's struggling. You can hear the hard drive going. So this is going to get replaced because now that I have this machine, this is going to be the video editing workstation. This will be the main PC, and so now I can take the old PC, which is over here, this one here, and this will become the new audio workstation PC. So I'm going to double the memory in it, and I think I'm going to try to go to the 424 card instead of the 324. The 424 card, you can plug it into PCI Express, which is way faster than PCI. And it's not that much money. So I get the better card for this, and then that will plug into the existing 2408 Mark of the Unicorn hard disk recorder in here. And I'd like to add, you can get them, they're pretty cheap too. You can get them for like $100, $120. So I'll get another one of those, and then I'll have 16 tracks for the audio. So that will be more than I need then. And this is going to be the part of this Dell laptop. It's probably going to become the camera. This is going to become the Logitech portable camera setup. So this laptop will have an SSD in it. And then that'll connect with USB to this camera, which is the new camera. And this apparently does 1080p. So it's the cheapest, almost the cheapest camera you can get that'll do 1080p, but that's the budget. So I mean, I blew a lot of money on this, but you really kind of have to have it to edit video, so that wasn't really a way, there was no way to negotiate that. And I own this already, I own this already, I own this already. So most of the stuff is, this is going to become, down here, all these drives, I'm going to get another case and build a little drive rack for that. So that's where I'll store all my backups. And I was so lucky today. I was trying to use drive clone, a Norton drive clone, and this machine. So this was a Windows XP machine this morning, and I put in the 256 gig drive, and I was going to clone this laptop over here. This has a quad processor, so it's a little bit faster. And I wanted to clone the drive that was in this because it was all set up. All I wanted to do was make it as an SSD drive instead of a hard drive. So I put it in there and I ran Norton Ghost, and it tore this machine up. It corrupted the primary drive on it, which is ridiculous because I wasn't even copying between or to the primary drive. I had two secondary drives on it. So C drive was the main drive you booted off of, and D and E were the ones I was copying on, and it did something wacky, and it wiped out the whole C drive, so I lost everything on there. But the good thing was, I had already done a backup on this yesterday, or the day before yesterday, so I don't think I lost anything. And I have everything. I have email and Outlook. Unfortunately, I can't run Photoshop anymore. The version of Photoshop I have isn't supported on Windows 10, so, you know, thanks Adobe. So that's some of the new equipment, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I know what I wanted to show. This thing is the cooler for the computer, but they didn't come with the correct bracket to hook it on, so they're going to send me a new bracket. But the nice thing was AMD, Hal, stop it. Well, the nice thing is the AMD chip comes with a cooler right with it, so I was able to use it. Didn't cost me time waiting for the water cooler, and it's pretty quiet. But when I get the water cooler in here, this thing will be almost silent. So if I'm doing audio recording or if I'm doing anything like that, you're not going to have to deal with a woo like the old piece. This thing here, oh my God! When this thing was running, it was like a turbine engine, you know. Especially when it got hot. Although I added another fan in the back of it back there, which helped. So, oh Jesus. And I think that's it, guys. This thing, oh, it's got a mind of its own. And that's it. I'm not done. I'm close, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait till I can start editing things and make a higher quality product, and maybe a little more organized and ready to go. Later, guys.